Do you have a Nux Mg 300 and you're not sure how to use the expression pedal to its fullest potential? Well, stay tuned because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to do it. Well, hey there, it's Scott at the Pedal Guy. How you doing? Well, we're all about pedal demos, pedal knowledge, and pedal sales. I love pedals, and so do you. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the expression pedal and assign it to different parameters within a preset. It's such a versatile feature, it's very powerful, and you can do some amazing things with it. So let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, before we start working with the expression pedal, we need to calibrate it first. So where we're going to be concentrating is we're going to be concentrating on this cluster of buttons right here. So let's zoom in a little closer. I'm going to press down the edit exit button and the save button. I'm going to hold those down for 3 seconds, and this is going to go into system menu. And this is where you can set up your USB, where you can do a factory reset, where you can see which firmware you're using. But what we're going to do is we're going to work with the pedal dialog here. So you can use the group module buttons to navigate through there. And once you find what you want to work with, hit the edit button. And now what it's going to do is it's going to ask you to set it to the minimum level and then hit the down switch. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's set it to the minimum level, hit the down switch. And now what it's going to do is it's going to ask you to set it to the maximum level and hit the down switch. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's set it to its maximum level and now hit the down switch. And as you can now see, it's gone back to the system menu again. At this point, if we hit save and exit, we're now back, and exit again, we're now back to the top level. So at this point now, we can start working with the expression pedal as it's now been fully calibrated. Now by default, when you're using the expression pedal, it's already set up as a volume. So it's pretty self-explanatory. It also, by default, most of the time will already be set to wah. So in order to launch it into the wah mode, what you need to do is you need to press it down. Now I'm doing it with my hand. I'm pressing it rather hard, and now you can see that the pedal light is on. Now, if you're using this with your foot, it's obviously a lot easier, but the wah pedal is now, the wah effect is now engaged. But what if we want to set that to something else? What if we wanted to go to the delay, or the reverb, or the amp, or the modulation, or the effects? We can do that very easily. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to assign the expression pedal to a couple of different destinations in this preset. Scrolling down and looking at it here, you can see that it's already set by default to wah, which is kind of the way it is for most of the presets in the MG300. But what we want to do is we want to set it to a different destination. So in this case, I'm going to go into edit mode. And what I can now do is press the pedal button until I go to the destination I want to send it to. For example, I could set it to the amp. So if I set it to amp and turn the guitar back up, let's bring the pedal all the way down. It affects the level of the amp. And you want to be a little careful about this, because if you turn it up too loud, you're going to get distortion. Not so great. So what I would suggest doing is kind of keeping it at the halfway point. In fact, a little back even further there. And that'll give you a good basic place to keep it at. But what we can also do is use that pedal button again, and we can now assign it to somewhere else. Let's say we want to go to the delay. Okay, so we'll set it to delay, and I'll also use the group module buttons to get over to that particular effect. Not that you're going to be able to see it happen in real time, but you're going to be able to hear what it does. So in delay, when you set the expression pedal to delay, it affects the mix parameter of the delay. So if I scroll out here and bring the guitar back up, I can bring the pedal all the way back, and there's absolutely no delay whatsoever because the mix parameter is turned all the way down. However, if I bring it up a little bit, if I bring it all the way up, then there's nothing but delay. So we want to bring that back. Just make it a nice reflection in the back. We can do the same thing with the reverb. So I'll press what I did there is I pressed the pedal button to get to the reverb parameter, and also use the group module to go over to that effect module. And if we scroll back out, we have it affects the mix as well of the reverb. So if I pull the pedal all the way back, all we have is delay and no reverb whatsoever. Or if I turn up the reverb, now I have plenty of reverb to play with. And obviously, you know, you want to flavor it to taste. But that's essentially how you use it. And next I'm going to show you how to set it to the pitch of the Harmonizer. Now, by far, one of the coolest places that you can assign the expression pedal to is to the overdrive, distortion, and also pitch shifting effects slot in any given preset. It's very simple to do. It's by default, this particular preset, because I'm working with a different one now than I was before, this one is set to the wah. We want to set that to the effects. So I'm going to go ahead and edit and then go to the pedal switch here and go to effects. You can hear that the wah effect is now gone. If I bring up the guitar, that's what the preset sounds like by default. But now if I use the group modules and let's go over to the effects slot, you can see that it's effect bypass right now because there isn't anything there. So what I'm going to do is select an effect. Now I'm going to be smart about this because you can really go over the top fast, because what the expression pedal does is it now affects the gain of whatever overdrive or distortion you're using. So I'm going to pull the pedal all the way back. Let's bring up the guitar. And now let's introduce a little bit of additional gain to it. So like I said, it's everything in the MG300 responds like analog gear. So if you have the pedal turned all the way up with this particular sync, you're going to get that kind of squeal because you're putting an overdrive into a distorted channel already. So you can start to get some of that analog feel back into your playing, which if you want that, that's great. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to the select knob here, and I'm going to go ahead and select the big muff so I can give you an idea of what that sounds like. Let's pull it back a little bit, and here we go. Obviously, you can get yourself into a little bit of trouble there. But now we're going to finish it off with the pitch bender because I love this effect. So let's use the select knob and let's go to the pitch bender. So let's turn the guitar back up. So I could goof around with that all day, but that is how easy it is to use the expression pedal on the MG300. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and let me know if you got any further questions. Well, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any further questions, be sure to visit us at thepedalguide.com. But in the meantime, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and also be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for weekly videos and tutorials. Thanks for stopping by here at thepedalguide.com, where I love pedals and so do you.